Hello friends, this is Yogesh and today we are going to talk about false breakouts. So let's say this stock is in a downward momentum, it gives a series of lower highs and lower lows and then goes in a range bound situation. So what happens in range bound situation? The upper line will act as a resistance, the bottom line will act as a support. Let's say if stock is in uptrend and it gives a series of higher highs and higher lows and then goes in a range bound situation, the upper line will act as a resistance, the bottom line will act as a support. So there could be two directional breakout could happen. It could either break on upside or it could break on a downside. Let's understand a second hypothetical chart. So let's say this is a range and stock stays in this range. The upper line will act as a resistance, bottom will be a support, right? What if price breaks above this range, right? Means it has broken the resistance, it went up. So what will happen? The breakout trader will jump into this trade. They will start their long position here and they will keep their stop loss just below the previous low, right? This is the logical way to keep a stop loss. But what happens after that? Price retraces back to the range. It might test the previous resistance or it could straight away go on a downward side, right? Or it could break on a downward side. So what will happen? Now people who are long here, their logical stop loss would be somewhere here. Once price reaches to that stop loss, it will add further fuel to its downward momentum and people will start to get stopped out, right? And people will lose their money. Let's say if stock breaks below the range, right? So what will happen? Breakout trader again will jump and they will start shorting this particular stock. But eventually what happens? Stock doesn't go down, it will retrace back to the range. It might take this particular support or it might go straight away on a upside. Now, what is the logical stop loss for the people who are shorted here? The logical stop loss should be somewhere here, right? Once price reaches to that level, it will further fuel the upward momentum, right? And people will lose their money. So let's understand in form of a chart. This is a Maruti chart. So here you can see stock is an uptrend. It retraced back and then it went in a range bound situation here. So what happened if here it broke the range on upside, right? And what happened after that? You can see it broke and or rather it went down and it broke the range on a downward side, right? So what happened here? Why this is a long candle? Because people who opened the long position here, their stop loss would be somewhere around here and that's why they started to get stopped out once price reaches to that level. And you can see this is a big candle and this fuels the further downward momentum. All right, let's understand the second situation. Here also stock is in a range bound situation. It broke below the range, right? People will keep their logical stop loss somewhere here. What happened after this breakout? It didn't go down, it went up, it felt in this range again, it tested the support again. And what happened after that? Once price reaches on the upper side of the range, people started to get stopped out somewhere here and it will further fuel the upward trend, right? You can see the big candle here and the big candle here. All right, so how to avoid this particular situation? When to say it is not a false breakout? In situation of true breakouts, what will happen? Let's say price breaks above the previous resistance, right? There will be definitely a pullback rally. There will be definitely a pullback rally. So when you can take a position, you can take position on this particular high because this is a higher high. And if you take position somewhere here, that means you are taking position on a higher high, right? And where will be your logical stop loss? On a previous low, which is somewhere here, right? Not this particular stop loss. Your stop loss would be this much only, right? And you would be on a high probable trade because you are buying on a higher high, right? You're not buying on a low probable trade because you never know when that higher high could break down, right? Second situation, if stocks is or other stock breaks below the range, right? If it is a true, it might test this particular support. It might just come here and go down, right? So where would you take position? You would take short position somewhere here, because you you will get a confirmation that you are selling stock on a lower low. And where would be your logical stop loss? Stop loss here should be somewhere here. Then again your stop loss is quite logical and you will be on a winning trade side, right? So let us see example of true breakouts. This is again a Maruti chart. So here you can see stock is in a downward trend and it goes in a range bound situation here. And you can see this is a convincing breakout here, right? So what happened after that? Once it breaks up, it comes back and it tests the previous resistance, right? It goes up, it goes down, goes up, goes down. It doesn't break this resistance. And where will be your position? You will take position, you will take a previous high, which is here, right? So you will take position around here and you will be on a winning trade side, correct? And you, where would be your stop loss? Your stop loss should be somewhere here. So this is your stop loss and you are on a logical or rather you are in a true breakout, because you are buying on a higher high. You are not buying on just a one high, right? Let us understand a second example. Here you can see Lupin is in a downward momentum. Here it goes in this particular range. It goes down, it goes up, right? It goes down, it goes up, and eventually what will happen? It will break on a downward side, right? So what happened here? Once it breaks down, you should wait for a pullback, because good things comes to those who wait, right? If you waited here, there is a pullback rally, you can see here. Your stop loss would be here and your entry point would be somewhere here. Why it didn't reach to this particular support, which should act as a resistance? Let's say if there is a logical resistance somewhere in this particular line, you can see there is a previous support, right, which is acting now as a resistance for this particular stock. That means you are in a confirmed trade and you are buying below the previous low, and your stop loss would be just above the previous high, right? And you will be in a winning trade. Definitely you will be in a winning trade, because I cherry picked this chart for illustration. So you guys can do your own study. Most of the time, like 80% of the time, if you are following this methodology, you will be on a winning side in case of breakout strategies. Let me go back to the chart. When you should take position, you should wait for a pullback and then buy above previous high, right? In case of shorting, you should wait for a pullback and sell below previous low. Then you will be in a winning trade. Okay, I hope you like this video. If you don't understand this in a single go, do repeat this video, go through this video multiple times, then you will understand, and you try to find example by yourself. You can, I just showed you two example of Maruti and Lupin. You can go into Tata Motors, you can go into M&M. M&M is currently in a range bound situation. Let me see if I can pull that quickly. All right, let me just, yeah. So you can see M&M is in continuous upward channel, right? This is an upward momentum channel. And what happened after here? M&M has taken a support on its 200-week moving average and it has bounced back, and it is in a range bound situation here, right? It is coming down, going up, coming down, going up, right? So you should wait to you get a break above this or get a break below this. right? And then again you should apply the logic of waiting, right? You should wait for a pullback rally and then jump into the trade, right? Thank you guys, thanks for watching this video. I'll definitely add few more videos on a breakout strategies.